Hey Cancer, this is your general tarot reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of February. Cancer, let's shuffle the cards and wait on. Oh, okay, so there's a lot going on. I can tell. The cards are just exploding. One card fell on the floor. This hasn't happened to me in a long time. I have to go get this now. And it was a good card. It was the sun. Some brightness finally coming back into your life, Cancer. Let's gather the cards up again and start over, okay? Well, hopefully, some brightness is coming back into your life again after the big lunar eclipse that happened in your second house. Some brightness to do with your own sense of self-worth and self-esteem. That's finally coming back to you now, because there could have been a real moment where that was challenged, where you were kind of pushed into a corner, Cancer, and forced to re-examine why you let other people away with their shit, why you allow yourself to be walked on sometimes, because you're not a pushover. Yet there we are. There is somebody challenging your self-esteem and your self-worth, triggering you in some way and forcing you to finally say, wait a minute. I don't have to jump to their bitch whistle. I don't have to set how I feel about myself against how they feel about me. I have my own sense of self-worth. I own that. It's mine. And nobody gets to challenge that anymore. Really, nobody gets to challenge that anymore. When it comes to money too, there may have been a bit of pressure on you at the end of January, Cancer, to really tidy up some issue with money so that you don't have those fears that have been lingering for way too long. Cancer, you're good at your work, you're good at what you do, you're bright, you're intelligent. Let the value of all that you have to offer in this world come out and shine. Be seen as a valuable person, and let that be seen financially too now. No more selling yourself short, giving, and not receiving a whole lot back in return. Not good enough, Cancer. Not good enough. And it doesn't even make sense to you anymore. There could have been a moment of, how did I get myself so stressed out about my finances? When there are so many ways to resolve this. There are so many ways out of this. I'm not going to worry about it. Or if there are money issues, I'm not going to let that one issue that's outside of me affect how I feel about myself. What I have in my bank account isn't reflective of the value that I actually have been born with. Yeah, money doesn't determine how valuable you truly are, Cancer. It's you and your sense of owning your true value that kind of builds up your self-confidence bank balance. That's what's needed here. Now, your soul, the sun, the one and only card so far, the sun is in Aquarius and it's in there with Mercury. And this is a nice card, Mercury and Cancer style card, as I just said, Mercury. There could be a little bit of an issue here as we're leaving January and entering February, Cancer, where for those of you in a relationship, there could have been some crisis moment. Maybe it was your partner that was triggering some of the insecurities about money. Maybe they were going through something heavy, where they really needed your help to fix them or support them. Could it have been that there was an issue between you and your partner of the shoe being on the other foot a little bit, where maybe you have a responsibility now somewhat to step up and bring in more coin? Yeah, as this card hops out, bringing in more coin. Also, there's a theme here about investing in yourself, of investing in your self-esteem and self-worth, Cancer. I think if you have projects that you need the support of other people for, be it financially, just to have a good team of people around you supporting you, people who can, say if you're creating something, finding the right group of people who'll buy that from you, or something like that. You need the support now of other people to help you feel more solid and secure in your financial world. I wonder, with this card hopping out, are you trying to really make something happen financially here. A side business, doing something extra, doing something else, doing something that you're skilled or talented at, recognizing that you can bring in a few extra ka-ching coins from that, and really getting your mind, Mercury in Aquarius, getting your mind maybe with some friends, brainstorming how you can make this happen. Now, for those of you who had issues around taxes, or some money that's due to come to you from some official body, it seems that that's all going to get resolved this month. But again, I touched upon this, I think, with Virgo, that there's an issue with, if it's a tax issue, claiming money back, claiming tax back, getting tax or money back through the courts or something like that. This could be a real moment where you see that happen. Make sure you have all your documents signed properly, stamped properly, gathered, whatever it is you have to do. This is a moment where you get all the systems that support you to win through financially, perhaps for some of you. Get them in place now. Get them clear, get them sharp. Leave nothing without an underline, a signature, or leave nothing to chance, is what I'm trying to say. Get all the documents together, get all the subscriptions together. You know where I'm going with that. It's just focus, 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 because this is where you could win. Particularly, I'm going with the idea that for the small percentage perhaps of you who are dealing with a government issue of getting money back, or the courts, this could be the month where you see some real movement, and possibly even seeing the money come back, seeing some sort of reward come back there. That's why I'm really leaning on you now, Cancer, to get your paperwork absolutely perfect, because perfection is really the name of the game here when it comes to whatever it is you're doing with money. I know January was all a bit crazy, high tension, feeling that there was go, and your nerves were probably frazzled, and you probably overlooked a few things. So it's time now to make sure you have a quiet, calm space where you relax your nerves, relax your mind, relax everything, and have that eagle eye sharpness on some issue that's to do with money coming back to you, money due back to you. Okay, so I know that's for some of you. I know it's not for all of you, but you know, it's a theme. It's a theme, Cancer, so we have to go with it. Now, what is happening? Venus is moving out of Sagittarius, and she on February 3rd is going into Capricorn. So again, this is a real month. I'm just going to double back again for those of you who are in some sort of litigation. It could be a month where you see some justice brought here, some balance brought here, maybe even some karma come back here. Yeah, but it's all about coming to a conclusion, a responsible, a mature conclusion that makes all parties happy, you know, because Venus wants to make everybody happy. And Capricorn, your opposite sign, is somebody who has duties, responsibilities, they're mature. And in this case, in your relationship, you perhaps look at your partner, for those in a relationship, and say, it's time to really level up here a little bit and bring more maturity to the relationship in some cases. Yeah, and that's what will make it easier for you. That's how you'll resolve some of your differences, to be a bit wiser, smarter, and to be a bit more ambitious also. Perhaps for some of you, the crisis that came with your partner, again, for those in a relationship, was that they weren't ambitious enough, or weren't pulling their weight a little bit. But it's time to resolve that, to finally come up with some diplomatic strategy to fix that. Yeah. But for those of you looking for love, this is a real moment where you could find somebody who is very good for you, very healthy for you, somebody who brings a sense of balance to your life. Hello, and this card comes out, yeah, Justice, the Libra card, the weighing scales, bringing balance with a sense of maturity. I think this is a key here when it comes to love for those in a relationship and those looking for love. You're looking for more balance, more maturity, somebody who isn't so up, down and all over the place, but they're strong and steady, and that they're they have their wits about them. They're smart. You don't want any more idiots, dumb people. You know, I'm only teasing, but you certainly do want somebody who's a bit smarter. Maybe somebody who is in the legal profession. But again, for those of you dealing with an issue, a legal issue, she's coming up to say that it might just run that bit smoother than you thought it would. So fingers crossed for those of you who are dealing with that. Now, February 4th, new moon in Aquarius in the 8th house. This is why I touched upon the idea that you're taking your finances really seriously now, because you want to open a door into your future that has a solid and steady income, where there's investments, where there's proper pensions, proper support plans, where you're never left short again. You don't want to be living hand to mouth anymore, or waiting on the next paycheck, or waiting for money to come in. Everything will be fine once my ship comes in. It's time to get proactive now. Time to get proactive. It's not time to really wait, but time to get moving. And I wonder for some of you, if some of your friends are helping you out with some financial thing. Their advice could be very beneficial to you. The more futuristic the plan, the better. Investing in something very future oriented for some of you, where you say in 5 years' time it will blossom, type of thing. So it could be a little bit of putting money aside, that, you know, a 5-year plan, 10-year plan, but it's worth doing because you want to get your money back in a healthy thing, because health is on your mind this month. I see here at the start of the month, everything has to be healthy, including your bank account. Yeah, absolutely. Also, there's an element here too. I'm going to say this, I have to say it, for those of you who feel that February is really the month where you maybe say goodbye to somebody or some situation that has been draining your financial resources a little bit, draining your energy. You've been giving and not getting a whole lot back. There could be a real moment here in February, right from the start, where you say, wait a minute, I need to make everything clear here. This is the money I'm bringing in. What money are you bringing in? What's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. There's a kind of a separating of assets here at some point. Or it could be that you really have to sit down and examine the fine detail of all your spending habits between you and your partner, or a business partner, or it's just like this long range vision you have of money that's absolutely opening up. And also, maybe with relationships too, you're really sitting down and saying, where is this relationship going to be in 5 years' time? Or if you're single, where am I going to be in 5 years' time? Do I have a home that I like? Do I have a relationship? What are my expectations for the future? And how do I start that long game now? Yeah, it's a long game. I think you'd be great at that, Cancer. I think you have the energy and the frame of mind to really make that work for you. Now, Mercury on February 10th goes into Pisces. So there could be a real moment for some of you where your mind is on moving away, moving abroad, opening up, maybe studying something bigger, opening up your mind, blowing the doors of your perception wide open. It's like I've been stuck. I need to explore more in my life. So your mind is on that. Your mind could also be on very spiritual things, higher things this month, because you need big answers, so it seems, to some of your problems. Yeah, big problems need big solutions, and I really think you're going to get some of those big answers. There's a lot going on, a lot. A ninth house can sometimes also mean the courts. I know I keep going back to it, but it just seems very geared for that, and I have to talk about it, that there could be something that was lost to you that there might be a wise kind of judgment on that. Somebody wise comes in and resolves something that you thought you might be losing. Okay, it's a possibility. Now, Valentine's Day, of course, this is the month of love. Mars is going into Taurus. This is really nice for you. Some of you could be celebrating in a very unusual way, going out with friends, a bunch of you going out for Valentine's Day. Maybe if you're single, you're saying, well, I'm single, you're single, we're all single, let's love each other and celebrate ourselves. We've not got any partner, we don't have anybody, let's all head out and love each other and have a big Valentine's meal, perhaps together. So that would be fun. I can feel that some of you will be doing that. Those of you in a relationship, again, it could be that you want to do something very unusual, very different, very weird, like, you know, ride a hot air balloon for Valentine's Day, or go skydiving or bungee jumping, something that's really out of the ordinary, something unusual. But as always with Mars and Taurus, that Mars, the aggressive one, who wants to do something outrageous in your 11th house, again, 11th house, doing something maybe outrageous with other people or a group of people. Valentine's Day, is it not supposed to be you and your partner? I think you're changing it up. It's a group effort for some of you, or going to a group event. Could be going to a big show or something like that. I don't know, but there's definitely good food involved. We know that with Mars going into Taurus, there's got to be a passion for food here. Yeah, some of you could be having a romantic, passionate moment with some nice delicacies. Let's say it that way, yeah. Now, February 18th, the sun goes into Pisces, another gorgeous energy for you. Lovely energy. Piscean energy is great, where Pisces usually teaches you something, shows you something. There's a great healing happening towards the end of the month for you, Cancer, because it's almost like you're being shown something much bigger, much broader. Options are opening up to you, and that brings a sense of healing, and your soul wants it. Some of you are really, really on the move. You want to travel. You want to go somewhere where you can be a success, where you're celebrated, where the sun is shining on you, where there are no interruptions, nobody telling you, stand back, sit down, shut up, you know, you've no self-worth. You're saying, I need to be around people who are supporting me, who shine on me when I do something that's kind of a bit higher reaching. Excuse me. But there's an element here for those of you who really want to teach. If you're teachers, tutors, if you're somebody who does tutorials or things like that, it's a great moment for you this month. Really good. Now, there's a full moon in Virgo on February 9th at the end of the month. This is where you can really get your communication expressed loud and clear. You've tidied up your self-worth and self-esteem, and by the end of the month, you're ready to speak it. You're ready to share. You're ready to communicate. You're ready to get in with the people. Again, some of you, if you deal with people, deal with the public, this is a great month, particularly towards the end of the month. You could be really slick at sharing some ideas. So Cancer, they're the general energies, the general vibe. And what, we've only 7 cards, lucky 7. Venus in Capricorn in your 7th house. Maybe there is luck and love for you this month. The moon. So you have the sun and the moon. It changes. Okay, so I'm going to choose 4 cards here because they are the only cards that jumped. So I have to choose the rest of them. Look at this. You are a water sign, and here we have the Queen of Cups, drawing love towards you, drawing good things. Okay. Sun, moon, world, justice. Something big is happening. And money. One more card. Money. Some issue is definitely closing. Some dispute over money. Some worry over money. It's over in February. My gorgeous, let's do this thing. Ta-da! Shining bright, Cancer, shining bright. And that's exactly what you're doing this month. Shining bright. There is a success. Something is a triumph. You win. This is where everything just looks the way it's supposed to look. The sun is shining on you. This is Mercury in Cancer. So this is something, if you're trying to communicate something, trying to share something, trying to make money out of, as I said, teaching, sharing, selling. But it's very important that you communicate the idea. It's not like where you just have something and you're selling it. A communication has to happen. It's coming from you. The words that you say, how you express yourself, your image, your beauty, your personal self, and how you communicate that. There's a success for you, a big success. For some of you, if there's a party happening at the start of the month, Sun is an Aquarius, so it could be an Aquarian birthday, could also be an event that Scorpio is holding. This could be a real moment for you, a real moment. Aquarius or Scorpio could be celebrated. Or Cancer, let's not say, yeah, Cancer. This is also a Leo card. Oh my God, what are we going to do? Name all the signs? But there is a celebration. There is a success right at the beginning of the month for you. And I'm just looking down at the chart here. I think there was a little bit of fear for you, Cancer, where you had thought that you wouldn't get the type of approval you wanted from people. People wouldn't like what you're doing. Maybe in work the boss didn't like what you're doing and you'd been worried about that. But I think February 2nd, there's a kind of final moment where you just give an extra push and you turn that around to a success. Some of your self-esteem issues came also because you depended on the approval of so many people, and it was not necessary, Cancer. Just do what you do. Shine and celebrate the skills and talents that you have. Shine and celebrate as Cancer, as who you are. That's enough. You're not less than anybody. And start communicating that, because we've the full moon at the end of the month in the 3rd house. So the whole month seems to be building up to speaking your mind, speaking up and saying, I don't care what other people think. I'm going to do this anyway, and I'm going to communicate the thing that I do anyway without any fear. And maybe the thing that you're doing comes from a great place of wisdom. You know how to do this. But and you're not worried. It's like you suddenly realize that money wasn't actually the big worry around something. It was actually how other people perceived you. Maybe that was the clarity that you got, where you now need to say, I'm not letting that happen anymore. I'm going to shine, 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 and do my thing, be out there, be seen, be loved, be admired, be appreciated, and let people come and tell me how good I am. That's another thing. Take the compliments. If people are complimenting you, celebrate it. Yeah. But here I see something too, that you are moving slowly and steadily. Now, one of the problems here is that slow and steady does win the race when it's a game of making money or doing something that you're very passionate about. You have a wish, you have a dream, you see yourself living in a certain place, being in a certain place, existing in a certain way. And it just seems that it's very slow moving to get there. But it's an investment that you're taking on. I get the sense, Cancer, that you've been inspired to be a different way. Maybe to take care of your health, to take care of your diet, exercise, to get really super fit. Not just regular toned up, but to get really toned up. There's something that you know, if you commit to this and invest in this, it's going to take a long time to see some result. Maybe a long time to see some financial result, but you're ready to do it. And you're ready to be patient. You're ready to kind of sit back and not get so stressed out about, and money must come today. I've got to have a paycheck by the end of the month. It must happen. And if I'm setting up a business or doing a side business, it's got to happen now. I think in February you're realizing it doesn't have to happen now. What has to happen now is that I really get in and stuck in and master what I'm doing. Master it, understand it, get everything working right, get all the systems in place, and really get this thing slow and steadily moving and steadily growing. So is that what you're doing, Cancer? You're doing some financial thing. Or again, if some of you are waiting on money to come back to you or money to come in, you know that it's going to take time. But February says that be patient with this. And it's almost like the message of the more relaxed you are about this and the more patient and organized, the more game plan you have here, the easier it's just going to happen. And it won't bother you so much. But mid-month here, we see you balancing money. So it is a big issue. Money does seem to be the big theme here, Cancer, this month, where you've been shown that you have more opportunities to make money. You've been shown that money can come to you somehow. And it's almost like the first moment that you get out of the rocky seas. Look, the seas are all up and down, and maybe you'd been feeling very up and down with money and trying to balance and juggle your finances like, the circus clown. But he's been handed one coin and he's doubled it. You're doubling your money, getting more than you thought you'd get. It's almost like you're aiming too low financially with something, aiming too low. It's time to start bringing all of that back into balance, because what you certainly don't want, Cancer, is this feeling of loss, feeling of money slipping through your hands, and the feeling also of, how is it that I'm so talented? I know a lot about things. I know I can make my dreams come true. I know I can have a much better quality of life than this, live in the house I want to live in, bring my family with me, and raise a family in a good environment. I know I can do all of this. You've the North Node in Cancer now saying, I'm emerging as somebody who has a destiny to fulfill, and I need to get my finances in order to be in that place. Now, you'll know it'll be different for everybody, but there is one place that you see yourself in. You recognize that you've a place to go to in the future, and maybe to bring your family with you, or to start a family there, to start a family of pets, start a family of something, but to feel that you are living some destiny that you were put here to do. So money is the issue. How do I finance this shit? Because I'm not going to lose out on my life anymore. It's that feeling of, I will not be the loser here. I will not, there we go, I felt that. I will not be the loser. I've been the loser way too many times. It's not going to happen to me. I've let that happen. I've given way too much. Given money. And it's just like, well, I didn't see that come back. Invested in people. I didn't see the return there. This was a bad investment. And that is not going to happen to me ever, ever, ever again. Relationship-wise too. And I think that's why some of you who are single are going out celebrating with your friends for Valentine's Day. It's almost like a singletine's day, because you're celebrating that you love yourself. You love yourself. You're falling back in love with yourself. And that is worth celebrating. Definitely, definitely. I'm just looking down here at the chart here. For some of you, I wonder, for Valentine's Day, are some of you doing something very public? This is for those of you who want to make a relationship very concrete and stable and to make it happen. Are you going to be making a commitment on Valentine's Day? From February 13th, 14th, there could be a real solid public declaration of love. Something that's a bit bold and daring, a bit wild, and a bit kind of high energy in public. Could some of you be getting down on one knee in a public space? Or doing some of you, I know some of you are there horrified going, I will not. That is not my plan. I'm going to be sitting at home watching again When Harry Met Sally, with a nice glass of something on my own, with my cat, with my dog. That's what I'll be doing. I won't be making any public declarations to anybody. I tried that shit before. I know. But there is the energy there for some of you. If you're doing some public declaration of love, it could go very, very well. Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting. If that is you, I want you to come back, and in the comments below, please tell me how that went. I'd love to know if that's your plan and how it went. It's a bit exciting. I like that. Now, justice beside the moon. Justice beside money due to come back to you, possibly even from a divorce settlement or some settlement. Money, it's been put right. What was wrong is being put right. What was shady, what was deceptive, somebody hiding something from you, somebody double dealing you, somebody making you stay awake at night, not being able to sleep, worry, tension, because something was wrong. And you are on the receiving end of an injustice. But here we are saying justice is going to right itself. What was wrong will be made right. Fairness will come to this. Balance will come. In this universe, people say karma, and that's why this is a karmic card. Karma doesn't come back to somebody because they've been bad or they've been shady. I mean, as much as we'd like to wish that's the way it was, karma comes when there has been an imbalance, when somebody has taken far too much and not paid the price for it. So there's always a price to be paid, and I think if somebody has been very, very shady with you, that's going to be made right, because the universe must always be in balance. Now, look at this towards the end of the month. You're feeling the love. You're feeling the love. Excuse me. You're feeling the love, Cancer. Okay, I'm just changing gear there because I'm feeling something else. You are feeling the love for yourself and maybe for somebody new. And this marks a great turnaround for you, where you get to leave an old love behind, perhaps, and start over. Maybe start over on your own. You know, young, free and single again. And that makes you happy. This doesn't feel like a sad event. It feels like a liberation. And for some of you, it's leaving behind a relationship and starting over again. I see here, if you look up at the spread there, see the second row, we have justice, we have the moon, and we have the Queen of Love, who has been kind of doing her magic, looking back. Now, I know, Cancer, you're a very reflective soul. You do tend to look back a lot. And I think for a great many of you, you are looking back on a love that went wrong. Back on a love that went wrong. With a Libra, with possibly another Cancer, or with a Leo, but I wonder, is it more Libra? You're looking back and you're ready to let that go. You're ready to set off into your new world. And one of the things that you're going to first accumulate is your great sense of self-worth and self-esteem. You're changing your body, you're changing your appearance, you're changing your whole physical presence in this world once you get into a healthier space and start over in this whole new world. And there is a whole new world waiting for some of you about making money. It's time you started bringing in the real coin now, Cancer. And this month is where it happens. I mean, you've got to follow this. This is the energy of being to hell and back, being put through the tests, being put through the ringer, being challenged, being humiliated. And you look back and you say, that's never going to happen again. I'm not going to be humiliated anymore. There's a new life. There's a new opportunity. That I'm building a world and I'm beginning from the very ground up. Earth. This is an earth card. Building something from ground up. I'm doing it. I'm making it happen. I'm initiating it. And I'm going to see the rewards of it. And you sure will. You're going to see money towards the end of the month, or at least the beginning of it. It's a door opening. And once you get a taste for that, you're going to run with it. You're going to run with it. Now, the last card is interesting. It's an Aquarius card. And I think Aquarius season has the end of January, start of February. Might be, you know, it might have been an energy that kept you on your toes, a bit stressed out. You might have felt that you were a bit provoked, you know, triggered, pushed, prodded. And towards the end of the month, you finally get a chance, so it seems, with the full moon in the 3rd house, to have a little victory, to say something, speak your mind, say it out. It's okay, it's not something that's going to win the battle or win the war, but it will win one small battle. You get an opportunity at the end of the month to put somebody in their place. And I have to say this, Cancer, with this card is always the element of going overkill, above and beyond what you've been asked to do in terms of putting somebody in their place. Is that what needs to happen? I can't tell you that. I can't tell you to have a bit more balance when it comes to that. And the cards aren't even suggesting, sorry, Cancer, but yeah, the cards aren't even suggesting that you kind of, you know, limit what you say. It's almost like you just need to say it out. You need to say, see you, as I'm stepping into my new world, making something of myself, making money, you and you can kiss my ass or something even stronger. Yeah, if it needs to be said, it needs to be said. How can you argue with that? So Cancer, there's the energy for the month. If you want the real nitty-gritty, the real details, Cancer, you know what to do by now. You go to the deep readings in VIMEO, the deep read, all linked down there below in the description box. And we open up all the themes of love, family, friendships, work, money, everything. We open it out and really get a real insider scoop on what's going on. So that's the deep read, link down there below. Come along and see what's inside, okay? But I'm going to leave it at that, Cancer. I wish you the very, very best. I have a very positive vibe off you this month. It's a win when it comes to starting again with money, and it's a win where karma comes back and the shadiness is brought back into balance. Cancer, as always, my beautiful, I'm going to leave you with all my love and a great big Valentine's kiss for you. Mwah. Until next month, my gorgeous. Bye.